Hey guys, this is a deck profile of my Dark World deck. So here we go. I run 3 Grapha. Basically the boss monster of the deck. When he's discarded from the hand, you get to destroy a card your opponent controls. If he's discarded by an opponent's card effect, you also get to pick a card in their hand. If it's a monster, you get to special summon on your side of the field. He can be special summoned from the graveyard by bouncing any Dark World monster except Grapha from the field to your hand, and then he gets special summoned. He's a really good card for the deck. He makes the deck, basically. 3 Snow. This is a must-have in the deck, of course, also, because it's the Searcher. When it's discarded from your hand, you get to look for any Dark World card in your deck and put it in your hand, so she can search out another one of her. Dark World Lightning, Dark World Dealings, Gates of the Dark World, any of the Dark World monsters. When she's discarded by her opponent's card effect, you also get to special summon a monster in your opponent's graveyard to your side of the field. So she's like a mini monster reborn if your opponent makes you discard a card, and you discard her. Next, run 2 Beige, 1600 beater, 4-star. When it's discarded by a card effect, it's special summoned to the field, so it's pretty good. Discard him. He gets special summoned, bounce him back to your hand for Grapha to come out. So it's a really good card to have. I run 2 Brow. When it's discarded from the hand, it's you get to draw a card. If it's discarded by your opponent's card effect, you get to draw an additional card. So he's also good to help draw, help get cards in your hand that you need. 3-star, 1400 attack. Nice little monster to have. Searchable with Sangan. I run 2 Gold, 5-star, 2300 attack. When it's discarded to the graveyard by a card effect you control, your own card effect, he gets special summoned to the field. If it's by your opponent, you also get to select 2 cards your opponent controls and destroy them. So he's really good to have. People run 3. I think it kind of bogs down. Some people don't run him at all. He's needed. For those times that your opponent makes you discard, especially in mirror matches, he's good to have. He's also 5-star, so you can, if you have a 3 tuner, you can synchro into an 8, so you can go right for Stardust. Pretty good. Next, I run 2 Clock Resonator, but they're supposed to be Dark Resonators. I can't find any Dark Resonators in all of the cards I have. I have hundreds of thousands of cards, and for some reason no Dark Resonators, which is really weird. But it's the same thing. 3-star, tuner, fiend. His effect is once per turn, when he's in face-up defense position, he can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. So he's pretty good if he's in face-up defense. Dark Resonator is it can't be destroyed by battle once per turn. So it's a little bit better. You set it, the attack can do it, can't be destroyed. So yeah, he's a good card. I'll normal summon him, and synchro with Gold for 5, synchro with Beige for 7, or if I whatever. It's good. It's good to have. The synchroing in the deck actually helps it out. 1 Sangan searches out. I use him to search out the Clock Resonator or Brow. If I have Clock Resonator in my hand or something I need to draw, I'll get Brow because Brow's only 1400 attack. And 1 Morphine Jar, obviously staple for the deck. Discard your whole hand, draw 5 new cards. Amazing. That's it for the monsters. For the spells, I run 3 Gates. It's needed. Field spell. All fiends get 300 attack and defense. Once per turn, you banish a fiend, discard a fiend, draw a card. So it's amazing. It really helps the deck. 3 Dark World Lightnings. Both players draw a card, then discard a card, so it's really good for the deck also to help you draw. Discard Grapha, pop their card, normal summon a Dark World monster, bounce it back to your hand, and then get Grapha on the field. It's amazing. 2 Dark World Lightnings. It's really good. The only thing is you can only target face down cards, so if they chain to that to the destruction, if it's like a trap card and they chain to it, then you don't get to discard the card from your hand, because you have to basically destroy the card first before you discard. But it's still a really good card to have. It makes them chain their traps early instead of when they want to. If it's like call the haunted and they're saving it for something, they'll chain it right away just to get the effect, just so that it can happen. But yeah, it's still good. 2 ST for those, roll decrees and stuff that they any face up trap, shadow and prison mirror, stuff like that they keep face up so they you can't destroy with lightning. These are good to have, of course. 1 heavy staple. 1 pot of duality. I don't run 2 because I don't have to, and 1 actually seems to work just fine because there is a lot of special summoning in the deck with synchroing and special summoning your dark worlds from your grave. That just 1 duality works really well. 1 card destruction. Wish I could have more, but it's limited to 1. Discard your whole hand, draw the same number. It's amazing. Monster Reborn and Dark Hole. It's super rare right there. Spanish. Finally, for the traps, my own little tech. 2 the Golden Apples. It's an amazing card. You take whenever you take damage from a direct attack and you have no monsters on the field, you gain back that life points as the damage as life points. Then you make a token, a Malice token that has the same attack and defense as the damage you took, or the life points you gained. It says. The token is a Fiend Dark token. So if they attack with a 1700 attack monster and you have the field spell out, it's now a 2000 attack monster, and you can use Deck Devastation on that token. So you don't actually lose any monsters. This is an evener. This even can give you a plus because if you have the Fiend card out, you now have a monster that's more powerful than theirs, and you can run over their monster without having to lose anything. So it's a really good card to have in the deck. Mind Crush. It's basically everybody runs in the Dark Worlds. You have to choose a card in your opponent's hand, or say a name of a card. If they have it, they discard it. If not, you discard 1. A lot of people in the Dark World decks just use it just to discard a card from their hand, but it's really good to use it for its main purpose, especially if you know what they're having with duality and stuff. And anything that puts cards back in their hand, if you can see what they're putting in their hand, or what they're putting in their hand, this is perfect. Get it out of their hand, mess up their plays. So it's really good. 1 Solemn Judgment, obviously. 1 Solemn Warning. I only have 1. I only play 1. Only need 1. Because with the destruction of the, with Grapha's effect, Dark World Lightnings and stuff like that, if they summon their monster, I can always just discard Grapha and pop their monster. It's not that hard. 1 Dark Bribe to help, get rid of those heavy storms and those dark holes and stuff, or even their solemns. 1 Mirror Force, and for the times that I can't defend myself in their attacks, I have Death Amulet. I only run 1. I thought I was running 2, but I only run 1. And basically, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can discard 1 card from your hand to negate the attack, and the discarding does not count as the cost, so it happens at the same time of negating the attack. So it works with Dark Worlds. So you discard. Let's say they go to attack with a big, huge monster. You play this, discard Grapha. You not only negate their attack, but you destroy their monster. It's amazing. 1 Deck Devastation. Only need 1. Don't really want to keep losing my monsters to playing it. Yeah, only need 1. It works. It works when you need it, especially if you have the token, my Malice token. Just pop the token and I don't lose any of my Dark World monsters. And 1 Escape from the Dark Dimension. This is an amazing card. What I'll do is when I use the field spell, remove Snow from the field, discard Grapha, I'll play this, bring Snow back on, special summon Snow, and then bounce Snow back to my hand to get Grapha on the field. The only thing is that this card will stay on the field, so it takes up a spot, but it's totally fine. It never seemed to hurt me that I didn't have a spot because this was there. For the side deck, I run 2 Kinetic Soldiers. This is basically my generic side deck for all my decks. 2 Cyber Dragons. 2 Skill Drains. It helps. It's it doesn't really hurt the deck because there's no monsters with main effects on the field except for like Sangan and the Malice tokens. But other than that, this slows down a lot of other people's decks because it stops. A lot of the people have monsters with effects that activate on the field and stuff. 2 Discords, basically for against synchro decks. since I don't have to synchro if I don't want to, I side out the clock resonators for these, and yeah, it helps. Chimeratech, any deck that's pretty much going to special summon from the deck, I put these in to destroy their monster that gets special summoned, and I gain a card. It's amazing. Do Shadow and Prison Mirrors. Like I said, this is a generic side deck for all my decks. I also play Karakuris and Burn, and yeah, it stops Dark Worlds. I'm not going to put it in a mirror match because then I also mess up my monsters. And 2 Light and Prison Mirrors. This helps for against agents, Lightsworns, anything that's a light monster. Mess it up, pop the put these out. I usually do if I'm going against if I'm playing a different deck and I go against the light dark decks, I put 1 of each just to mess with them. For synchros, Brinac, Stardust, Red Dragon Archfiend, Ancient Fairy Dragon, amazing card. You can special summon a level 4 from your hand once per turn. Or you can destroy a field spell. You gain 1,000, and then you get out a field spell from your deck to your hand. So basically, I can have this out on the field. Use Gate's effect, pop Gates with this, gain 1,000 life points, get another Gate to put it on the field. Use the effect again. It's great. And Scrap Archfiend. He's a fiend, 2,700. So it's like having another Graph out if I just couldn't if Graph is still in the deck and I just can't get him out on the field or something, I can synchro into a Scrap Archfiend, and it helps. So yeah, that's pretty much the deck. So rate, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.